Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we have Ani joining us. Hi, Ani.
Hi.
Guys, we have an amazing video for you guys today. So there's been a lot of questions on the YouTube channel about how do we get into the feeling of having something when we've never actually had it before. So how do we get into the feeling, of having a relationship with somebody when we've never been in a relationship with them? Or how do we feel like a millionaire when we've never been a millionaire before? So Neville actually answers this question in his book, The Law and the Promise, chapter 7. And he talks about the Isn't It Wonderful technique, okay? And he also talks about in this chapter about how we create the feeling just by the words that we use. So just by saying, isn't it wonderful that I'm a billionaire, we're actually in the mood, in the feeling of being a billionaire. So we actually call that feeling into us just by stating that I intend to be a billionaire. Does the same thing. I am a billionaire. I am successful. Calls into you that feeling. So basically Neville's Isn't It Wonderful technique is a really wonderful technique to start calling things into you so you already feel them. Okay, so there's two ways actually that we can do this technique that I would recommend. So the first way is to actually, if you're spiraling out of control, you're having a negative day, or you just really want to recreate somebody that you had a lot of issues with, is to sit down and write all of your negative thoughts out, all of your complaints, and then change them into isn't it wonderful statements, okay? So if it's like he's always late or he never makes you a priority, isn't it wonderful that he's always on time? Isn't it wonderful that he always makes me a priority? And then of course that list of complaints, rip it up, throw it out, read the new isn't it wonderful statements as many times a day as you feel that necessary. Now, the other way that you can do it that, we recommend becoming a habit is throughout the day when you're doing dishes. Just start saying, isn't it wonderful techniques. And a really good way to do it is to start with things that you already actually have. So if you're recreating a relationship, start with things that are wonderful, saying, isn't it wonderful of things that they already do? And then start adding on that things that you want them to start doing that they may not be doing now. So that way you start to get that feeling, start to draw it into you. So just by creating a statement that, you know what, I am a priority, that will automatically have you feel like you already have the wish fulfilled, and it will actually already create it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the reason why it's important to have these types of inner conversations of you're constantly stating that it's done, it's done, it's done. Isn't it wonderful that it's already happening, right? It's a part of your mental diet. So you guys can do intentions all day long, but if your mental diet is not on point and you're not taking care of it, it will probably take longer to get your manifestation. So mental diet's key, and this is a part of making your mental diet a more disciplined one. So what you would do is like, isn't it wonderful? And you would state what you already have. So isn't it wonderful that SP is actually really kind to me and caring to me? Let's say that's already happening. Or isn't it wonderful that I did get a promotion at work and I used to wish for one, right? So you say things that are already done and then you follow with things you want. So isn't it wonderful that SP puts me on a pedestal? Isn't it wonderful that he took me to meet his family? Isn't it wonderful that he told me he's ready for a committed relationship? It feels so good when you say it. It already feels like it's done, and that's where you need to be with your intention. It's already done. And then for the rest of the day, if it's not there and you don't see it with your eyes, ignore it, because creation's happening, right? Everything's happening already. It's orchestrating for you to finally see it, whether it's today, tomorrow, a week from now, 2 weeks from now. It's on its way to you.
Right, right. And ignore, when we say ignore it, what we mean is, restate and reaffirm what you want. So ignore it, meaning do not react to it, do not dwell on it, do not ruminate on it. Acknowledge it and go, no, you know what, it's already done. It's on its way, right? Acknowledge it mentally in that capacity. So very important, because it's showing up because You just need to give it a little bit more attention, because when we declare we want something, whatever we don't have and whatever's not in line with our declaration will start to show up, and we just need to go doop, 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 and just recreate what we want and keep recreating it until it shows up, meaning recreating, restating the intention, restating the isn't it wonderful, you know, reaffirming it's on its way, right?
Yeah, and
yeah.
you might have a hard time when you're first starting to, we are humans that we want evidence right now, right? That's how humans are. We just want it now. Like, if I don't see it, then it must not be working. Or if I don't see it, then I'm probably wasting my time. Wrong. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not working in your favor, or it's not coming, it's not on its way. When you plant a flower, you don't see the seeds in the dirt anymore. After you put it in the dirt, you don't see those seeds anymore. But you know better, right? You know that I need to water this area in the dirt because there's seeds in there. And sooner or later, it's going to form its roots. It's going to form a strong foundation, and then it's going to sprout. Same thing with your intentions.
Right.
That's your seed. So water your seed, persist every day.
Yeah. And one thing, you know, I want to add in here is questioning. Questioning is a block. Questioning is 100% a block. Now, I know that there's something called affirmations out there where you question as if you've already had something. It's not as strong as I am, isn't it wonderful, I intend. And again, it's questioning. It's too easy to slip down that slippery slope of questioning why it isn't here. You know, I would say avoid all questioning, get out of the habit of questioning. Okay, let's get out of the habit of it. It's more stronger to go right to the end. If you had what you wanted, would you be questioning why you have it, why it isn't here? Would you be doing any question? Absolutely not. So guys, you know what? Let's skip the questioning. Let's go straight to the end of, isn't it wonderful? I already have it. I intend, because intend is actually not future tense. It is present tense. It means goal, plan, aim. Intending is future tense. So intend is a very strong word, and I am is actually even stronger. So, you know, I am in a relationship is really strong. You know, isn't it wonderful I'm in a relationship? That's also really strong. So any statement that will, you know, is basically stating that you have it, you know, is going to be a lot stronger than a question. And again, it's too easy to go down that questioning road. Just get out of the habit of questioning. Questioning is not good. It doesn't do anything for you. It's a block. So
yeah, it almost feels like you're trying to justify, like, why is it that you want this desire? But you're God of your reality. You can have anything. There's infinite possibilities. You can desire whatever you desire. You don't have to justify it. And why is it that I want? Is it really? Am I really sure I want it? Because, you know, what if this? No, I want it, and I want it, and I'll get it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like, it's funny. So let's go down that thought process. Okay, why does he want to marry me? Okay, so I am creating that he wants to marry me, but I'm also questioning why he wants to marry me. I mean, really, why don't I just go to the end and be like, he's married to me, or he wants to marry me because I'm freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're supposed to be creating what the other person thinks about us and going, well, why does he want to marry me so bad? That's not creating what the other person's thinking. That's questioning what the other person's thinking. And, you know, that's like 100%. We want you to create what the other person is thinking. It's so incredibly important. You've already created what they're thinking about you now. So you need to recreate it if you want to change it. And questioning why they want to be with you isn't doing that.
Yeah, everyone's you pushed out. So if you're questioning it, he's going to start questioning it too. Like, why do I want to marry her? Let me think about all the good points.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So,
yeah. Yeah. So this, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, exactly.
Personally, it's helped me a lot. I've manifested so much with this isn't it wonderful technique because it makes me feel good. And it even clients too, they're having success with this too. So just that statement, isn't it wonderful that I'm on a pedestal?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, pedestal. Why not?
Exactly. No, exactly. So let's do some of these. Like, isn't it wonderful that he always wants to be with me? Oh, isn't it wonderful he always includes me in his plans? Isn't it wonderful he's making future plans with me? You guys can change this to she too. That's fine. Yeah. Isn't it wonderful we spend every day together? Isn't it wonderful he texts me every morning to see how I'm doing? Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful we went on that trip that we were supposed to go like a year ago, but it never worked out? But we're going. Now it happened. We're going. I used to worry about this, but it's done. We're going. Or one thing also is, if you have a friend that you're like manifesting with, have fun with this. You guys could text each other. Isn't it wonderful that you got your manifestation already? Or she could text you. Seeing that in your phone, or just hearing it from someone else even, it's like, that's it, it's done. It feels so real, and it makes you feel so good.
Yeah, it's it's very, very helpful to have somebody that you can talk as if it's already happened with, and you've got an understanding with them, I actually do that already in my life. I remember when I first wanted to move in with Andrew, I was telling people that we were talking about it, even though we weren't yet. And then, and I was like, yeah, we're going to do it, because I knew that even if we weren't, or it didn't happen, I could be like, oh yeah, we're just not ready yet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I do with people that didn't know Andrew, that way they would never like say anything to him, but then it ended up creating it anyway. So, and there was no lie there, because I was planning to talk to him about moving in together. I was just telling other people that I was going to do it before him. Like, no big deal. You know what I mean? And because I kept saying that to other people, he ended up bringing it up. So, these are the things. So if you can find somebody where you can talk like this too, or justify, talking like this, in your life, and have it not feel like a lie, then that's really, really good. If not, you know what, we've got coaches here that can help you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And even if you do it on your own or with us, still, that's the feeling is the secret, right?
Exactly. And just to recap, guys, how you get that feeling is you start stating it like you've already got it. Isn't it wonderful that I'm a priority? You're immediately calling that into you. You want to be a billionaire? You start saying, isn't it wonderful that I'm a billionaire? If you want to start, being in a relationship, say, isn't it wonderful that I'm in this relationship? If you want to feel like the other person wants you, isn't it wonderful that they want to be with me? And just by saying it, you call it into you. So that's how you can feel like you've got something that you've never experienced before, because your thoughts create your emotions, your words create your emotions. So you want to create the emotion of having something, start talking like you already have it, and you'll start to feel it.
Yeah, and please be patient with yourselves. Don't beat yourself up over it. If it's not happening instantly, or if it's not happening in a day or so, persist. Like, I cannot tell you, I have persisted so many times, and finally I get in, and I was like, it was all worth it. That discipline that I did for myself, persisting every day, so worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one thing that we always go back to, right, is create something little to show yourself that everyone is you pushed out, to bring that confidence, to build that confidence in yourself. And that'll help you to stop that back and forth in your brain, and to pull yourself out of those moments of, oh, is this really working? Because you see something else happen and you're like, okay, wait a minute. Like, no, this is totally done. Right. And bring yourself back to that. Right. So you guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for being here today, Eleni.
Yes, thank you for having me.
It's amazing. So guys, you know what, right now, let's start these isn't it wonderful lists. Like, seriously, like, let's give this a whirl. It feels so good to say. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. We do wish that each and every one of you guys get what you want in your life, and we all intend that you create something wonderful after watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.